Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this very special um, interview this evening. We have some very important people. I want to welcome you to this podcast. My name is Glendy Jane Juniors. Of course, you know this is the most important thing I like to do is to call my name. And so we're going to be talking tonight about the University of Liberia. We're going to be specifically speaking to the national president of the Alumni Association in the Americas, national vice president. We also have a convention 2025 that's coming up in October 31st to November 2nd in Maryland. We'll be talking with the chairman of the convention, Mr. Daniel Twegbe, and we will be talking to the president of our reunion, where it's going to be hosted, Maryland chapter, the DMV chapter, we call it, Reverend Miata Teasley. So I want you to please share this podcast. We'll be asking some very important questions about our university tonight, our role with the university, and what the plans are as it relates to the convention 2025. So I want to encourage you to share, stay put. There may be some familiar faces here. We will bring our guests on now so that we can start this podcast. This is serious business here this evening. But welcome everybody. Please share the podcast. And bringing on the stage now, this is Dr. Fatima Kwekwe. She is the national president of the Alumni of the University of Liberia Alumni Association in the Americas. Welcome, Doc. I got to make sure I say Fatima.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Janet.
And I'm going to bring on next the national vice president, a very familiar face, Mr. Isaac Smith. He is our national vice president of the Alumni Association in the Americas. Welcome, Isaac.
Thank you very much, Gladys. I'm glad to be here.
Welcome. Next, I'm bringing on Reverend Miata Teasley. She is our leader in the DMV area, tri-state. I want to say it's tri-state or whatever. Welcome, Reverend Teasley.
Thank you for having us tonight.
Welcome. And last but not the least, the most important person for 2025, he is the chairman of, when you go to two schools, let me just add this there. You go to Continental, we say reunion. You come to LU, they say convention. So I'm doing a bit of more. But I want to welcome to the stage Mr. Daniel Twegbe.
Thank you, Glenny. Happy to be on your show tonight.
Welcome, everybody. To all of you watching again tonight. And we will try to be monitoring the live feeds for questions. If you have questions, we'll try as much as we can to answer some of your questions. But please share the show, share the podcast to everybody. Some of you may have had questions that will be answered tonight. We want to welcome all of our guests here tonight. We will be talking to important people. So let's start with Dr. Kwekwe. We want to do some history first and relax a little bit. I want you to tell us a little bit about growing up in Liberia. So there will be two questions. Tell us about growing up in Liberia. We'll go around because we want to hear a little story. Tell us about who was your first boyfriend or just joking.
You won't cause trouble.
Yeah, I won't cause trouble because I know that we're listening there. But anyway, tell us a little bit about growing up in Liberia.
Thank you, Glenn. I grew up two places. I went to kindergarten through 8th grade in Buchanan, Grand Bassa County. And then I went to St. Mary's Catholic Boarding School in San Anquili from 9th to 12th grade. So I was between the Yekepa and the Buchanan area all through high school. Grade school. Yeah.
Wow. Isaac, we want to go to you next. Tell us about growing up in Liberia.
Yes. Similarly, I was born and raised in Buchanan, Grand Bassa County. I spent all of my kindergarten up to junior high school, graduated from Methodist school, and then I moved to Monrovia, where I attended Tottenham High School. Yeah, so that's just for my high school days up to
Wow.
high school. Yeah.
So I just want to tell the people tonight, the Bassa people on top. We are straight across the road. The Bassa people. So Reverend Teasley, let's hear about you. Who is Reverend Miata Teasley? And tell us a little bit about growing up in Liberia.
I grew up in Clay Ashland, was born and raised in Clay Ashland.
You hear the Congo tune there?
I went to the William David Comer High School, where one of the presidents of Liberia hailed from, William David Comer. And I went, and then after I stayed there until I got in the 9th grade, and I came over to Monrovia, where I graduated from the Wilson Memorial High School. But all my days I stayed in Clay Ashland.
Thank you. Welcome. And then last but not the least, Chairman Twekwe, you want to tell us growing up in Liberia?
Yes, I was born in Monrovia, grew up in the only borough, the borough of Newtown. Just so we can set the record straight.
Yes.
Also, the president says she wanted St. Mary's, but let's just be clear: the original St. Mary's is the one in ULIBAAA. Let the record so reflect. I went to St. Mary's throughout, from kindergarten back in the day. Back then, when you go to Catholic school, your parents just say, hey, you got to stay in Catholic school. It doesn't even matter what the heck you do, you got to stay in Catholic school.
Yeah.
So I attended St. Mary's from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade. But during the war, 1991 and 92, was living in Buchanan, so I had the opportunity to attend St. Peter Clever for probably a year. But my roots grew up in the borough of Newtown and went to St. Mary Catholic High School in ULIBAAA.
Wow. So the Bassa people, we are here tonight. We're showing up in Bassa County. But anyway, we want to welcome all of you. Thank you for taking up your time. For us, it is important to do this interview tonight so people will get to know. So some of you who don't know that there is an Alumni Association of the University of Liberia. Yes, there is one. We've been working, and this year we are hosting our, is it 7th?
No, 9th.
9th. This year we'll be hosting the 9th anniversary of the Alumni Association. So we want to go now because the most important thing here is LU. Some people is UL, some people is LU, depending on where your age ends. That's what it is. We want to talk about, let's start from Reverend Teasley. We want to talk about when you look at the university today, and I'm sure you've made visits to Liberia, you've heard things. I want you to compare and contrast in a little way on your life during the LU time to now the UL time. Tell us about LU.
Wow, my God. When I went to LU, just like you said, the situation now, I was part of the Sim Student Coalition. I think our president was Simis. And we did our politics a little bit different as compared to now. We did have some shortcomings where we used to run from one era to the next with our chairs, but not as bad as things are now. But what I see at the university now is that students are not concerned about the education. I would say that they're concerned about politics more than the education. I didn't see during my days people breaking up chairs. We had protests there, but never were we breaking up chairs and benches and throwing stones and setting place on fire. And so now what I have realized is that for some of us who have come here and have realized what the university did for us, it is time now, like we've said, or we are doing, giving back. It's probably to go back and sometimes meet, that's my desire one of these days, to go back and have a dialogue with some of the students at the university, just to let them know the importance and what they are missing of. A lot of things. We had good teachers. Some of us have come here. We have excelled. We've graduated. We have done excellent. It is because of the foundation that we got from back home. And so I want to encourage them as well to take advantage of that.
Thank you. Daniel?
Yes.
Make sure
I
you mention a 404 or 401.
Oh, 404. So I entered the university 2003 actually. And the entrance, I still remember the entrance that year. We took the first test couple days after. They said somebody leaked the test and they canceled everything, and we had to
Oh,
come
wow.
back and do the entire exam all over. So that was a really really tough situation. But I remember my days at the university. I was more aligned with the soup group. One of my own senior brother who was in Ohio, Comrade Fire Yima, was then the student representative at the time. Christian Baker was the student president. But I remember days going down to 4-4. And I specifically, along with friends of mine, we used to go to 4-4, not in the morning. You go to 4-4 in the morning, it's not the right time. You got to go to 4-4. If you don't have money in your pocket, you go there around 2-3 o'clock. And the reason being, when you go there at that time, that's when probably, the food, the leftover basically. So you go there, you tell the Oma, say, look, the Oma tell you, look, the soup not plenty. You say, okay, Oma, I agree, the soup ain't plenty, just made the rest plenty. Those were the days where under the Palava Hall there used to be a lot of engagement, and you had to be careful. Either you spend more time in the Palava Hall talking politics, or you spend more time in the classroom. So, but it's a little bit of a different dispensation now compared to what it was then. There's different ideas, there's different ways of approaching things now than it was, it was in the past. So it's a little bit different. It's really different.
Thank you. And I before I asked Dr. Kwekwe to answer, I also remember being in the university where I came from Cottington, and then I went to the University of Liberia just when the war started. People would say, how is it that you were able to transfer just before the war started? Maybe my dad had some information or something, but I wasn't supposed to go to Cottington. My dad wanted me to go to LU, but my uncle graduated from Cottington, and my mother, they lived in Banga. So that's how I ended up on Cottington, because I took the entrance and Ellie was wasting time to put the results out. And my uncle said, well, I'll just go to Cottington for one semester while we wait. And that's where I went. And then in the end, my father still got his wishes, but it was very different. We talk a little bit about the Palava Hall meetings. What I remember most about LU was the days of better outreach under the Palava Hall, the singing, the praying. And then I remember, of course, I think I was a member of SOUP. I'm not sure. I was not very outspoken there at the time, but I think I was a part of SOUP. But that's what I remember. It was fun. It was for mostly the arguments were academic, intellectuals, those big words. The early people, they say some of the words they're thinking today, we can't even find it in a dictionary.
No.
But they still,
No, I think you need to check the dictionary, because some of the things are words.
yeah, but
some of that Razan are words.
But we remember we love the university, and it's always someone just commented, and it's glad to see that we're giving back. I think for those people who don't know that there is a University of Liberia Alumni Association, we want you to know that there is one. We're working, and we've been in existence for 9 years now. So we'll go to Dr. Kwekwe to give us a little history on her life on campus. Make sure you tell us where you met Sissy.
I entered the university in 86. We had to find our way, especially when you come from the counties. When you get into Monrovia, it's kind of overwhelming, but you try to find your way. in there. Um, I had taken, I too took both entrances for Cottington because my sister was on Cottington. So I took
Yes.
the entrance for Cottington also. But my dad, like your dad, wanted me to go to LU. And so I got to LU. I was very involved in politics. Um, so I was in the student integration movement, SIM. I was the vice standard bearer to Mr. Councillor Nibadi Warner. We ran for office. I also was Miss UL in 1989 from Teachers College. Teachers College, they didn't have a lot of girls. And so we were a few girls there. And so we had to take turns. I still remember we had to take turns to participate. I was one of those that would not on my own want to be on that stage, but I ended up being there one, for my college, which I was very proud, to do for Teachers College, to bring them out there because we didn't have a lot of girls. I mean, one of my experiences is TH Push. One of the girls that we had a group that I used to sit on TH Push. So TH Push is a fun
Yes.
memory from TH Push. Yeah.
Yes. So, Isaac, have you already spoken? No.
No, not yet. Well,
Tell us, give us a history.
I would say I entered university in 1984, and I am one of those who had a full experience of university life, and sometimes I joke other friends and say I started with the debut. I participated in debut because I wanted to know what that experience was like, so that when I speak about being a, a student passing through those walls, I can speak of all of the experiences. And there were several engaging activities at the university at the time, positive engaging activities. We talk about looking at years back and now, we find that there are not many things to engage the students' time in a positive way. I was a part of the university chorus. I was a part of ISEC, the Association of International Students in Economics and Science. And it was a very professional organization that focused on developing the youth for future leadership. And through ISEC, I learned a lot. We were able to engage students through symposiums and workshops and seminars. I participated in politics. I was a part of SIM. As a matter of fact, if you ever heard the famous SIM song, Sima Sima Bom Bom Bom, I created the song, Sima Sima Bom Bom. I participated in SIM. I was a part of the social club, Phantom Social Club. Our club, we didn't play a lot of sports. We did a lot of social activity, went to the club, have some parties and all those things. So I had a full and wide range of experience at the university. I was a part of the Economic Student Association, and all of those different organizations or different groups kind of engaged our time in a way that we had. Even though we supported politics, but it was just the politics of just rallying the crowd behind what we thought were the good speeches that were being provided on and for the students at the time. But but that's a real big difference. Nothing else to engage. We had the Lawana Christian Fellowship that you talk about. We had other groups that were there. There were spiritual groups, different groups, and people were engaged in different things. But at this time, it seemed to be the only thing that people are engaged in is the politics, and it's taking a trend that does not reflect what the real university life is supposed to be.
I know you talk about Phantom. I know that I was part of what, Chateau? Is that how they call it? Chateau? I still remember there was another club.
Yes, Chateau was one of the clubs.
Yeah.
Club. but we were part of Phantom.
Or part of Chateau, yeah, I think, yeah, that's what it was.
So let me just say to all of our guests who's just joining us, thank you for sharing. Thank you for watching. Tonight, we're talking to a cross section of officers, leaders of the University of Liberia Alumni Association in the Americas. Quick mention, Jerry Yasia is watching. Arthur Doe is watching. Ira McGill, Masa Khan and Woodson is watching. Cooper Kwame is also watching. To all of you watching, thank you. Please continue to share so that we can be able to ensure that the information we want to get out today really gets out to the community. Now let's go into the question, and this can be the vice president or the president answering. What do you see as ULIBAA's most important role in supporting the University of Liberia today?
Thank you, Glennie. I would tell you that ULIBAAA serves as a bridge between graduates, former students, former faculty members, with the University of Liberia. We look at ULIBAAA as where we can come together and build that relationship that can help to assist the university and brings more success and progress to the students.
Thank you. Isa, would you like to add to that?
Yeah. Let me just add that the role we play is very pivotal, particularly in mobilizing the collective strength of our membership base, the resources and the expertise that the university have been able to pour into all of us so that we in turn can give back to the university. Our most important role today is to actually act as that strategic partner to the university, one that is committed to supporting, the academic advancement, improving infrastructure, promoting the overall well-being of the students on the campus, even in the face of all of the challenges that we are facing. Like the president said, ULIBAAA can fill that gap by just advancing the need of the university, serving as ambassadors to tell the story of where the university came from, where the university is headed, and how not just us, but everyone who has a connection to the university, whether your father went there, your mom went there, your sister or your brother, every Liberian has a connection to the university. And how can we tell that story so that we can garner all of those support to give back to the university in meaningful ways?
Thank you. I think that leads us to the second question, but I wanted to just add here that if you are watching and you are a former student, if you in our full classroom, if you are a friend, if you went down Jonathan Hill, if you used to use our library, we invite you to come and be a part of the Alumni Association. Any one of us out here can give you the directions on where we have different chapters. I think we have how many chapters now? Is it 8 or
8 and counting?
Chapters. Yes. So quickly before we go to the second question and in saying what we've done so far, I want us to maybe attract the viewers to how they can also come and join us and be a part. Tell us where we have the different chapters. Now let me recognize that we are from DMV and our president is here tonight. So that's the number one chapter. We are the trade centers. We're not going to take it anywhere less. We're here. There's 3. In fact, all the others from the DMV chapter.
You can even say off 5 hours. That's
the DMV chapter. So, Madam President, tell us name the different chapters so people will know if they want to become a part where they live, they can join us also.
So at this present moment, we have 8 chapters. Active chapters. We have the New England chapter, we have the Delaware chapter, the New Jersey chapter, the Pennsylvania chapter, the DMV, which is DC, Maryland, and Virginia. We have the Georgia chapter, the Minnesota chapter, and the North Carolina chapter. But we also have active members in other states that are trying to get together, like California. They are trying to, especially in Northern California, they're trying to get together there. But we also want, for those listening, the Constitution says if 10 members in any state can come together with that desire to start a chapter, we welcome you to do that. So if you are a member in one of the states and you feel like you can, you got the know-how to get the members there together, because we are all over this country. You can get them together. We welcome you to do that. We're still trying to look for the people in Texas because there are a lot there too. So if you can just let us know, we hoping to come in there and helping you and get your chapter started.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President.
May I add?
Yes.
Yeah, may I add that even if you don't have 3 or 4 people, you are alone in a state, you can make connection with the closest state.
The closest states, yes.
Be actively engaged. You can be a part of a state that is next door. We had the president from North Carolina that was a part of, from North Carolina that was a part of the DMV chapter when North Carolina did not have a chapter. And so you can connect with any chapter just to be engaged and active and until such time when chapters can be developed in your region. I want to also say the New England chapter comprise people from Massachusetts,
Maine, Connecticut, New York,
Rhode Island, Connecticut,
Rhode Island, Massachusetts, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have anywhere you want to go if you're from.
May I interject?
Go ahead.
This is an open invitation.
Right.
Wherever you are, DMV will be happy to have you.
We will welcome you. Woo! We will welcome you. We are the trendsetters. Let me just also say here, we're not trying to cause any trouble here, but both the president, the national president, and the vice president, they're from the DMV chapter. They're trendsetters.
Now, let me get some clarity here, right?
You want to clarify?
Yes.
Go ahead.
My state of record is DMV, but my residential state is North Carolina.
Okay, we take that, but we took care of you first. But just 1 or 2 comments before we go on. Hamilton Zelly is saying this is welcoming. I wish you guys can plan for a homecoming. You never know. And then Cooper Kwame, I wanted to read his comments because it's going to lead us directly into, before we go into Convention 2025, where we'll hear from Reverend Teasley and I want to say demo. I thought we did Daniel here tonight.
That's okay, man.
So Kuba Kwame is saying the association can take up projects that are beneficial to you. For example, the clocks at Fendel have been down for years. So this may not be a project that we've done or will take care of, but I want to give the president chance now to say to this audience here so people get to know what it is that ULIBAAA has been able to do, some of the things they've worked on, and some of the project that's coming, so people do know that there are projects that ULIBAAA have been working on and will continue to work on with the university.
ULIBAAA over the years, we got really active after 2017, and we had Mr. Melvin Howard at that time as president. There were different projects that he took on. I know one thing is that they set a band that the university has right now came from his time. Okay, at that time, the University of Liberia did not have free education, so we had a scholarship program going on at that time where a lot of students benefited from. So those are examples of what Mr. Howard took care of when he was president. Our leadership took over in 2023. And since we took over, we started off with at our first convention, we had representatives from the administration at the convention in Rhode Island. And so we had a conversation with them because when you go into somebody's home, you want to be able to give them what they need. They can be asking you, they can be looking for chair and you go give them table. So we had to have that conversation. The first thing we got to know about was that the pre-med students at the Fendel campus were afraid. They were talking about safety. They were afraid of walking from class at night, and the place was dark. And, so their safety was one of the things they were afraid, afraid about. They had one or two people coming there to steal their computers and laptops from them because the place is dark and they don't even know who's there. And so our first project that we took on was to put 85 solar lights at the residential dormitory there for the pre-med students. So they have for the walkway and to light up that area. So that was our first project that we took on at the beginning when we started. So it's been almost 2 years since we've been there. But you have to understand how LU has been. In my almost 2 years as president, we've had 3 UL presidents. So we started out with Dr. Nelson, and then we went to Dr. Conte, and now we have Dr. Mankwanya. So in 2 years, we have had 3 presidents. So every time you have one president, you got to re-establish yourself. Yes. But that has not deterred us from making sure that our responsibility is to give back to this university that got us where we are today. And so the next project we took on was that we started to help by donating our first 1,000 armchairs. To date, we have we have a contract for 1,000 chairs, and to date, they have produced, the vendor has produced 600. He has 400 more to go. We also have collaborated with the Alumni Association in Liberia. We have like at least once a month we meet on Zoom or on WhatsApp as a group along with the Alumni Affairs Office, so that we can see things that are going on there, because they're on the grounds and they can be able to like relate to us in actual time what's happening. And so we've collaborated with them. As today, they just received our contribution to opening a resource center on the main campus. So the resource center, they were able to get a place in FQ9. Is that the room, like FQ9, and they have painted, put iron bar, everything there to get the room situated as a resource center. So we then contributed by buying the computers and the printers that will go into that room, so that students can have a quick place they can go to make copies if they need to make copies and stuff like that. So as we go along, we are in close contact with the administration and with the alumni in Liberia, in Europe, and Nigeria, so that we can contribute in every way we can.
Thank you. Thank you. So you do see that there are things, so those of you who are asking questions, yes, we have an alumni association that is vibrant. Yes, they collaborate with the administration in Liberia. I want to also mention here that when your boss did send you somewhere and she's watching, I want to mention the presence of the chair lady of the board, Wilhelmina Wilson. She's watching here. She want to make sure that Isaac and Fatima saying the right thing here tonight. So, Madam Chair, we want to thank you for watching and recognize you Martin Penny. He says, thanks to ULIBAAA for such a splendid interview on behalf of the Alumni Association, I believe, in Liberia.
Yes.
He's the president.
Mr. President.
The president of the Alumni Association in Liberia, Martin, is saying we extend our heartfelt congratulations. So you've heard about the ULIBAAA. Is ULIBAAA. ULIBAAA. Don't call us ULA, okay? Call us ULIBAAA. We've heard about a little history for those of you who don't know that we have 8 chapters. You can join any chapter if you don't have a lot of people. You've met our president, you've met our vice president. This year is significant. We want to go into talking about Convention 2025. So I'm going to turn it over to the chairperson. First of all, let me just have the president of the host chapter tell us how come she accepted to host Convention 2025. How did we get to DMV? Not to say we don't want to host because we're able to challenge, but tell us how we got there.
Well, Glennie, I would like to inform this platform here tonight that the DMV, as you already heard, is the pace-setting chapter.
Woo!
We have men and women of great caliber, men and women that are determined to give back. I will inform you that prior to us going to the 8th convention, we had a meeting and this chapter decided even before going, that when we got at the convention, we will inform them that DMV has decided to host 2025. All of her members, they are willing, ready, and we are working.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam President. So let's go to our chairman, Chairman Tegwe, who will tell us about the team. Just give us a brief overview of the team for this convention and everything that is going into the works of planning and ensuring that we have an awesome time in Maryland.
Yes, thank you, Glenette. So the theme for this year, this is the 9th annual convention, will be here in the great state of Maryland, particularly in Silver Springs. The theme for this year convention is honoring the past, embracing the future. There's a lot that we have seen over the years from the university, and we want to kind of cherish that history first. But there are also challenges ahead of us that we can all embrace. So we crafted this theme so that we can appreciate where we have come from so far and where we can do as a group going forward in collaboration with the university back home. So the convention is scheduled for the last week of October. Precisely, we starting the October 26th. Saturday, October 26th is the kickoff for the convention. So that Saturday, we want to have our reporting process. As we all know, or a lot of folks know, there will be elections. So that day, we have the debate for the election also. And then the next week, the 31st, which is Halloween, starting that day, we have our welcome event that also include a queen contest. Every 2 years, the organization have a queen. Currently, we have a reigning queen who will be giving up the crown. So we have a couple states that have that queen already and fired up to go. So that is on Friday. Now, one of the reasons why we try to take away, make Saturday less hectic is because over the past, we have looked at conventions that we have had and tried to tweak the process. So on Saturday, we have the president of the University of Liberia, Dr. McQuarrie, who's going to be our guest, our special guest, or if you want to call it a guest speaker. But we crafted this convention in a way that on Saturday, most of the time we come to these things on Saturday and there's a rush and we don't have time to actually discuss, a way forward or discuss critical issues relating to the institution. So this time around, we're going to be having a round table, a business round table with Dr. McQuarrie. So former students, graduate, wherever you are, come and be part of this convention because that would be a great opportunity for us to engage the president of the university and ask her all the different questions we have to ask her. And I'm sure she's ready, fired up to address this concern and help us, move the organization forward. So that's on Saturday morning, which also include the elections. And then Saturday evening, we have the formal program. And Sunday, we're going to be having a chapter karaoke. So all the different chapters that the president just talked about, we have people in this chapter who are very good at singing. It's going to be a chapter karaoke competition on Sunday. It's the Sabbath, so we expect people to come in their Sunday singing voices to be part of that competition on Sunday. So we have a jam-packed convention, and I can encourage folks that this we have attended past convention, but this is going to be exceptional because a lot of planning going into this. I want to also say thanks to all the folks that are on the committee. We have different subcommittees, and these folks are working. The chapter president is working, so there's a lot of work going into this thing. So everybody in the DMV area, stays close to DMV, stay away, far away from the DMV. We want to encourage you to be a part of this convention. It's going to be a terrific time come the end of October, first week of November.
Yeah. I like the team because the thing is inclusive of everything, past, present, moving forward. I want to deviate a little bit before we come back to the president of the DMV to talk about maybe say a word or two on how important it is for even people who have not come before to come and be a part. But because he mentioned Dr. Mapaya, I want to go back to the president now so I don't lose track of that. Dr. Mapaya is our newest president of the university. Tell us a little bit about has she had, and I'm just going to ask the question like I'm not a part of ULIBAAA. Has there been any connection with she and ULIBAAA? Has there been any meeting? Have you guys talked? Has she met with the ULIBAAA people here in America? So people don't think that there is no connection here with our association and Dr. Mapaya. We hear clearly, we have proof here that you all are working in collaboration with the Alumni Association in Liberia. But I want people to hear that we do that, whether there is a connection with Dr. Mapaya. Have you met her? Talked to her? Talk about that.
Yes, we have. When she was sent to the university, we met. We congratulated her. She came to the States. We had a Zoom meeting with the Alumni Association, and she came on and she had we had a conversation. It wasn't just a Zoom meeting. We had a conversation with her, and since then we have been in contact with her. So she's been very involved in everything that we are doing, and so we have built a relationship where we want that relationship to forge forward, in the sense that there are a lot going on that we can be a help to, and so she's very welcoming, and so the relationship has been going on.
Okay, very good.
And I can add. I just want to say yes, indeed. An active dialogue has been going on
Yes.
with the leadership here. When there are issues, we have an opportunity to talk directly to her. She's in contact directly with the board, with members of our leadership team, and so we talk all of the time. We've had meetings with her leadership team and our executive membership team and the board. So from time to time, we are engaged with the president. And we just want everybody to know we are not acting or operating in the limbo. We are
in isolation,
in direct contact with the leadership at the university, as we have been with all of the leadership from the time of Emeritus Howard. We've been actively engaged with every president, Dr. Dennett, Dr. Weeks, Dr.
Nelson, Contact.
Every president we have been engaged with them from the onset of their presidency at the university.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's very good for the audience to hear that we work, that ULIBAAA works in collaboration with the people in Liberia and other ULIBAAA or other alumni associations all over the country. I want to go to President Teasley, Reverend Teasley, to tell us if I was listening to this show tonight and I went to LU, like I see Masa, the lady name is Masa Conan Woodson. She said, I'm a former student. I attended until junior year. If Masa lives in Maryland, what would you be telling Masa today now about the convention in May? How would you, in October, how would you encourage her?
Thank you, Jenna. I would say to Masa, as I openly said, if you are in Maryland, we want to welcome you on board. We want to say to you as of tonight, you are part of ULIBAAA DMV. And that is the people within the DMV and the entire ULIBAAA would love to have you because, like we said, we are people from the University of Liberia who want to give back because the university have made us what we are, and all of us are important in whatever way we can contribute to our alma mater. And so we want to encourage everyone. You just heard it. No matter where you are, no matter if you just went for a semester, we want to encourage you to come on board. You heard our national vice president talking about being in the choir. I sang in the choir as well. And I went to their choir program the other day and was beautiful. So we have a lot of things even here that you can come and engage in. I want you to know you have a lot of food. If you don't have anywhere to sleep, come, we give you somewhere to sleep. All the upriver food you can think about. Don't say, oh, how will find somewhere to sleep? Come to DMV. You'll find somewhere to sleep. Or a lot of food, good food. You will not regret. We entertain you. You will see what we are made out of, and you will not regret. You always want to come. In fact, you will ask us to host it the next time. Yeah. But we want to encourage you, all of us, to say, come on the 31st. And that night, of course, we want you to know that we are prepared to take over the crown.
To hold our crown.
Our crown. So come, we asking all of you, come on board. Come on board. We have tickets. I don't want to jump the gun, but if you want to purchase ticket, just let us know. We have tickets. If you would like to sell any of our tickets, encourage everyone around you, your brother, sister, mother, father, or tell them to come and see what the University of Liberia Alumni Association in the Americas is doing. You heard what we have been able to give back. It is from what we are doing and going to be doing the weekend of the 31st to the 2nd. We also want to inform you that we will be having a service. Come and enjoy the goodness of the Lord. And then afterwards, we go for the karaoke night. Yeah. And of course, I know the national VP and the president of the DFU already practicing. We're going to take it.
All right, that's going to lead us.
If I may add, Glennie, once you have an ID number from the University of Liberia, you can be part of this organization. Once you have an ID number, so don't say, "Oh, I spent one semester." Yes, what's your ID number? You call that number.
You know your ID number. I know my own.
I know mine too.
I know mine. So let's go to a demo who will summarize for us the cost as it relates to tickets. People who are, if you're a member of ULIBAAA, you're not a member of ULIBAAA, you're a visitor, what will it cost for you to become a part of the program? But I also, Arthur is reminding us so that our audience know that when Dr. Mapayan was here, there was also a program in Georgia where the board, the chairman of the chairleader of the board lives, and our ULIBAAA members in Georgia were present there with Dr. Mapayan, and they supported her. So great collaboration all across the board for ULIBAAA. Daniel, tell us now. Daniel is the money man, my people. So you get ready.
No, I used to be the money man for ULIBAAA, but there's a long story. But thank God I was able to serve as a national treasurer for 5 years, and we took the organization from
Yes.
yeah, we
Grassroots.
set some controls, and at least we are on good financial
Then that's
footing.
small
You
control.
know,
You might not just talking
yeah.
minimum. And that's small control. You have all that money there. Go ahead,
But
Daniel.
this year convention, so we have categories. So I will start from members of the organization. So as part of the process, particularly with participating in the deliberations, participating in the elections, the convention package for members is $175. Interestingly, since 2018, we have not had any increase in our convention of fees since 2018. We haven't. But this year, hosting a convention in Maryland is quite different from hosting convention other places. But the key part that we should look at is that just a little token of your contribution to assisting the organization pay it forward to our brothers and sisters who are currently at the university. So that's a little contribution for that. For those who will be attending the Saturday program, as a couple, we have couples ticket for $75, a single ticket for $50, which is for Saturday night. On Friday, the welcome event for those who are within the area that want to come and hang out is a minimum fees of $10 for that Friday night. To come and participate in the welcome night, which will be very, very festive in the DMV area. For those in the DMV area, we have one of the, I mean, literally the best DJ in this area, DJ Mo Mas, going to be taking over the 3 days, so you can expect to come and dance. We have the best of folks in terms of feeding. You know, the chapter president alluded to that. We have couple hotels that we were able to engage. One is the DoubleTree in Laura that offer a ULIBAAA rate. So when you call there, you just let them know you're coming for the ULIBAAA convention. There should be a discounted price. The airport for those who are traveling coming in, BWR is the first, is the closest distance. If you want to be further away, which I don't advise, then you'll be talking about Reagan and you'll be talking about Dallas. But BWR should be the first place to look at. So those are the things that we have going on. So and like I mentioned earlier, we have elections. So for those who want to be in leadership, the entire executive committee is up for re-election. The entire board is up for re-election. So it's time to come in and contribute to the success, and particularly to engage the president of the university. I think that's going to be very, very unique because there's a lot of things that are going on, and people have questions, and she have answers. So she's coming to provide her answers, and we encouraging you to come and bring those questions.
Yes. So I want to that's one of the things we want to talk about, but I want to talk about, there's a comment here from Magdalene Harris. She says, my aunt was a graduate and worked for the university. She passed away 5 years ago, but I want to keep her memories. How can I get involved? Magdalene Harris lives in Maryland. She's an automatic DMV member. Please connect with our president, Magdalene. I
Awesome.
think I have your number. I'm going to share your number. I also see Faith.
And she knows me as well.
Yes, Faith is saying if you
Come
want
on,
to
very
be
mother.
just, she said, contact Faith Lawrence. So Faith Lawrence said, contact her, Magdalene. And please, we know that you're serious woman. We know you're very serious. So we expect to see you at the convention October 31st to the 2nd. But as we come to our close, it's almost an hour now that we've been here. I want to thank everybody for watching. We just have 2 more questions. I want us to talk, Isaac, if you can elaborate on the session with Dr. Mapaya. Either you or the president talk, or both of you talk about what is it going to look like. Why was it important to ensure that she came to this convention to be able to engage students so that we can sit and talk?
Oh, thank you very much. I'm sure many of us have heard and we've seen. It's easy for us to point to many of the things that can be, could be, should be, would be, without knowing the details about what what it entails to get those things done. And so many of our people don't realize that in partnership with an institution like the university, we are actually trading their plans, their strategic plans based on what they desire to do, what their priorities are the things that we want to tap into to be able to assist the university. But more than that, we want people to hear from the horse's mouth. We want the questions that you've always had to ask her so that she can provide some of the answers. We want you to be able to bring some of those suggestions to the table, and she will be able to respond to those suggestions as to whether these are things that are feasible or give us an explanation based on the situation on the ground. So this is an opportunity for all of us to come together around that table and talk and share our ideas, share our thoughts, and then hear from the university. The thoughts may be the same, but let's hear from her what are those things that they are looking at in terms of priorities uh, for moving the university forward academically, infrastructurally, or otherwise. And then we can, as a body, tap into those areas that we have the capacity to assist with. And so that's the essence of that roundtable discussion. And if you really want to have an impact, you got to be at the table. And that's why we are encouraging all of us to get your convention package and be there. Don't send a text. Don't send an email question. Be at the table because it will be an experience that is worth experiencing. And so please come.
Thank you.
And so to add to what my partner just alluded to, we the University of Liberia Alumni Association in the Americas, I mean, we have one time during the year that we come together, and that's convention. The package is $175, and that's just that one time that you pay a year, and it includes your 7 years, your T-shirt, you attending every activity for the weekend. So just imagine that. And at the same time, some of that money is going towards supporting the university. Now, we all being in this country, and we know very well that alumni associations have a great impact on how the universities go, which way and road they travel. So, and we want to do that for the University of Liberia. So we are urging you to participate. If you've been to the university, don't sit back. Don't sit on the sidelines. Help us get the university to where it needs to be so we can continue to be proud of that light in the darkness. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Light in the darkness. As we come to a close here, we still have a few more, but we're gonna, I think for the most part, we've answered all of the most important questions. We want to say here that there will be another interview, I believe, this weekend on Focus on Liberia. So you get to hear more. If there's maybe before the convention, we'll come back to see how we can come again and talk about our convention and encourage people to attend. But I want this question for each of you to address or to answer. Why is it important for you as an individual to be a part of this ULIBAAA? Why is it important to be a part? Why you think it's important for you as a person to want to be a part of a group that gives back to your former school? We can start with Reverend Teasley.
Wow, thank you so much. I almost started to sing the song that I'm practicing for the karaoke night, which says, "If I can help somebody, then my living will not be in vain." And I'm also reminded of the scripture. I thank you for adding the title there so you understand that when the Lord comes back, the only thing he's going to ask me, what did you do for me? And I will be asking, where did I see you? He will say, if you didn't do it for the least of these, my brethren, you have not done it for me. I know where I came from. I know what I had to do, what my parents had to do. And I know that times are hard. So right now it is of great importance that as long as life lasts, that I be in attendance. I've already paid for my package. I'm selling tickets. I'm going to get more to sell because I will get satisfaction and God will be pleased with whatever I will do. So I want to just say that is I will be gratified when that is done, when I hear that someone has a seat to sit in to learn or a decent bathroom to use.
Thank you. Thank you. Demo?
Yeah. So one of the key thing currently my background is in accounting, but the foundation for that came from the University of Liberia. So when I entered the university, accounting 101, Tio Odiyama taught me accounting 101, David Brunner did accounting 202, Tio Joseph, the late Tio Joseph did taught me cost accounting, uh, Vincent Sakifield taught me auditing. Um, those courses were extremely critical when I came to the United States, built the foundation for me. So when I look at the work that the Alumni Association can do, I feel blessed to be a part of this process, an opportunity to pay forward to somebody because that foundation. Interestingly, when I came to the States, people say, "Oh man, the stuff you learn in Liberia, it really doesn't matter." But it was a little bit different for me because my very first job I got was based on my small accounting knowledge from back home. And I owe a lot to the University of Liberia. I did not graduate because of the opportunity to come to the States, but that foundation, those people are listed, the courses that it taught me, uh, gave me a very strong foundation, particularly in beginner accounting. That was one of the critical part. I remember we had a test at a TH billing, and we sat in our place from probably 9, 10 o'clock to 4, 5 o'clock, and the test was so difficult. It was almost impossible. I mean, I still remember this where one of the questions they gave you, it was a whole accounting equation. You have to balance the equation, prepare all the entry, and this is something manual. Not today, we're doing all this thing on computer. So that foundation, that manual foundation of accounting is what I'm living on today, and I've been able to acquire a few degrees, but it's all from that particular foundation from the university. So I owe a lot to the University of Liberia. So for the time I serve and will continue to serve, it's a blessing to be part of this process, to be in the position to pay it forward. So the University of Liberia have done a lot for me. The Alumni Association is one way through which I can pay it forward.
Thank you. I just want to add this comment here. Aaron Ben is saying, next interview, can the link please be sent to the executive of the Alumni Association in Liberia to be a part? We can certainly arrange that. I know the time difference is late. I will just say publicly, if the president here and the team here, if I can make myself available next week, Wednesday, that's the only time usually I'm free. If you all work out the details, I think it would be a good thing to have both Alumni Association here forward so that people get to see you or talk to you and they can be encouraged to be a part of our program coming. So next Wednesday, you can arrange it and just let me know. And I'll send my check to Demo. Isaac, we're almost at the end. Let us know why.
You send us a check. That would be so great. Thank you so much. How much the check will be?
Look at you.
Well, no, I mean, you say you're going to send your check.
I
So, I
will
mean,
send a check to you for the interview, the next interview. But
The
just kidding, I think
invoice.
it would be a
wait, wait,
good
wait, wait.
thing.
Let me clear. You sending
Check
us
or
an
an
invoice or you
invoice.
sending
They
us a
send you the invoice so you
Invoice,
You
can
know, the
thank
reason
you.
why
pay.
I'm talking is
And
because of the
accounting, and nurse.
check. Don't change
The
the thing. How much the
invoice.
check, Lennon? You said check. First of all, go
That's
to.
true. I take
You
it
say
back.
forward. No, 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 no,
But Aaron, certainly the fact that you're still on, I will make myself available. I think it would be a great thing to have you all on it, and maybe somebody from the board here could also. But I think it's good. I think this was very good. Isaac, if you can talk, and then
Yeah,
Fatima, so that we can close.
yeah. So look, we can just tell this story. $37.50 was what we paid.
Hmm.
We learned on very strenuous circumstances, not a lot of resources, materials, difficult condition, but we learned the hard way and we learned well. And I'm saying that because when I came to the U.S. 1997, I was in school in North Carolina at the Appropriate Technology Institute. I was in class with many people who had a master's degree. And every time we went for discussions and participations, I did not know folks were observing what I said and what I did. But I do remember we had a presentation to make on up on the mountains. I don't know what they call this place, but we had a presentation to make up on the mountain, and they needed the students to do it. Everybody unanimously selected me to go and do the presentation. My question was, well, why me when you guys have the master's degree? And you know they said, well, because you say it well, because you know it better than we do. And where did I get that from? Just like Dimo says, it's the foundation. This university have put so much in me and in all of us, and we can all testify to where we find ourselves and how well we have delivered, how well we have exhibited our knowledge and our experiences and our skills to be where we are and what we do. And so just having that, gives me all the reason why I need to give back. So
Okay.
that for those who don't have that opportunity, they can have something to learn.
All right, Dr. Quickly.
Yes, I mean, Demo and Isaac said it all. Foundation. I would not have a doctorate degree in this country if I didn't have that foundation. I remember in 2000, I came to this country and they say, "Oh, you have to send your documentation, your transcript in to be evaluated." I sent my transcript in. It took like maybe they say it takes you I don't know how many months, but I think it was like 7 weeks. I got it back, and they told me that all of my credits were on par with the credits here. I didn't have to do any course over. That tells me what the university did for me to get me to where I am right now. And there's nothing, I mean, I mean other organizations, but the University of Liberia Alumni Association is dear to my heart. And so that's why I do what I do for the University of Liberia Association.
Thank you. And I think for all of us as we close, giving back is important. I want to say, just in summary, today we talked about the fact that we do have a vibrant, functional alumni association of the University of Liberia in the Americas. This year is election year. We will also be having our annual convention come October 31st to November 2nd, where President Dr. Mapaya will be our special guest. So if you're here and you watch this show, this podcast tonight, we want to say thank you to the national president, Dr. Fatima Kwekwe. Thank you to Ms. Isa Smith. Thank you to the convention will be hosted in the DMV, specifically in Maryland. Our president is Reverend Miara Teasley. Thank you for being here. And also the chairman of Convention 2025, the money man. That's also money he can think about. He is
because of LU though. Because of LU accounting.
yeah, because of Ellie. So all of you here for watching, we want to say thank you. It's been quite interactive. We will come back again probably next week if we work out the details with the Alumni Association in Liberia. I think this was good to be able to inform people that we're here. We're not silent. We're doing something. So thank you. He said, is campaigning over? No, you want to run from Liberia? Aaron. Thank you, Aaron, for being up with us. Thank you so much. If you all we're gonna end the live stream now, but thank you so much for watching. And if anybody wants to say anything, if all hearts and minds are clear, we'll bid everybody good night and thank you so much for being here.
All right. Good night.
Thank you. Good night. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Glenn.
Thank you. All right, folks, there you have it. Now you know, if you didn't know before, you know that we do have an alumni association for the University of Liberia. We had an opportunity to talk with our national president, national vice president, and we also highlighted it with the fact that this year in October 31st to November 2nd, we will be hosting our 9th anniversary. It's a pretty new organization, but we've been vibrant. We've been doing some work. And so we're expanding. In our 9th year, we will also have Dr. Mapanya, who will be here as our special guest. It will be a roundtable discussion. Strategic plan maybe may develop, but we want to thank all of you for watching. I think it was an amazing time for your comments, for your interactions. Everybody have a good night. You must always desire to want to give back, no matter how small. You must always desire to want to give back to your alma mater, not necessarily school, but wherever you've come from. You want to look back because, like Demo said, some of the things that they've been able to, he has accomplished. His accounting career, Dr. Kwekwe talked about her PhD. Everyone here tonight attributed it to the fact that they were able to, they gained their baseline from the University of Liberia. From me here as host, thank you. It was wonderful to talk to them tonight. Good night, everybody.